presentation to you again. Here, yes. So whenever we want to proceed for the correlation coefficient test, what we have to do, we have to click on analyze. Then after clicking on analyze, we can click on the correlate. So when you click on the correlate, a drop down menu we are going to observe, that is bivariate. So bivariate is the command for the correlation coefficient test. Once you will click on the correlation coefficient test bivariate, you are going to get a main window for the covariate correlation. And here you can see that this side all the variable which we have made for our study. And from here you can take both the variable HbA1c and the systolic blood pressure into a variable box. So once both the variables are here in the variable box, here you can choose that either you have to proceed for the Pearson correlation or you have to go for the Sperman correlation. And difference I have told you that Pearson correlation you can proceed only when your data is normally distributed. For that purpose you have to apply the test for the normality distribution. And Sperman correlation you can proceed when your data is not normally distributed, and once you have not got the bell shape curve. So already Pearson correlation is checked by default. So we will proceed directly and you have to click OK. So the same thing I have written here, that move both the variable HbA1c and systolic blood pressure into a variable box. Pearson correlation test already checked by default. You can check Sperman if one or both the variable are not normally distributed. That means normality of either your HbA1c or either systolic blood pressure is not normally distributed. So two times you have to run the test for the normality distribution. One is for HbA1c separately and once for the systolic blood pressure. So once you will complete all these things, you can proceed further. And here you can see that already Sperman correlation was checked already. I have not checked Sperman, and I'm going for the Pearson correlation. So how to proceed and how to get the results? If you click OK, you are going to get a results for the this test. Now this test represents what? Here you can see that it is showing the two tables. On the top side it is the reading for the HbA1c, and at the bottom we have a reading for the systolic blood pressure, and it's vice versa. The same value you are going to get here 0.431, and here also you are getting 0.431. And if you're getting 1 here, you will get 1 here, and if you get 60, you will get 60 here. So half of the table you have to read for the test. Now how to find out that what was the correlation between HbA1c and the systolic blood pressure? Here we have got the value 0.43. So as I told you in the beginning that we have a standard, and standard is -1 2 plus 1. That means there is a correlation, and correlation was found positive because we didn't get the Pearson correlation value in minus. So value is given in plus. So we can say that positive correlation is there. Now how much is the correlation? Again we have to use the standard ranges to find out that either we have a mild positive correlation, moderate positive correlation, or the strong positive correlation. And the same rule we are going to use for the negative correlation also. So here is the rule I have written at the bottom, that cutoff point for interpretation is as follow. We can say that correlation is weak if our value is between 0.1 to 0.3, and we can say that correlation is moderate if the value is 0.04 to 0.07. So these are the ranges by which mean we are going to tell that our correlation either it is weak, either it is moderate, or either it is strong. So both side we can take either for the positive side or either for the negative side. Clear? So here we can see that our value which we are getting, that is 0.43, and 0.43 falls under this range 0.4. So we can say that there is a moderate positive correlation between the HbA1c and systolic blood pressure. And here you can also see that how much is the p-value we have got. The significant value we got 0.001, which is less than 0.05. So we can assume that uh, our this p-value is less than 0.05. We can say that our correlation was found positive, and if the p-value is more than 0.05, we can assume that the negative co variance and the correlation. So how the results will be written? You can write there is a significant moderate word I have chosen because we are under this range, and positive correlation word I have chosen because our p-value is less than 0.05, and here also we got the value in positive also. So we can write there is a significant moderate positive correlation between HbA1c and systolic blood pressure. So we have to write the value of R, and this is the writing style for correlation results. R is equal to 0.431. This value I am going to take, and the p-value we have to write p-value is equal to 0.001. So this value 0.001 I am going to write here. So the same representation that from where I have to this value, the value of R is equal to 0.431 and p-value 0.001 from here. This is the 0.001 and 0.431. So how to find out that either it is weak, either it is moderate, or either it is strong? We have to follow these rules. For weak, we have to use if our R value between zero point 0.1 to zero point 0.3, and we can use moderate if the value is zero point 0.4 to zero point 0.7, and we can use strong if the value is more than 0.8. For example, if we have got value here 0.831, that time we are able to able to say that we have a strong correlation, that is 0.8. So this is how that we can proceed with the correlation coefficient test, and we are going to get a graph also, and graph is showing that data is starting from lower side to higher side, and we are getting a positive curve. So directly you can write that there is a significant moderate positive correlation between HbA1c and systolic blood pressure, and you can quote the value of R as well as the P value by using this rule, the value of p-value rule, and the rule which I have written at the bottom, that weak, moderate, and the strong. So these standard ranges you have to remember to do the interpretation of your results, and the ranges of R which you have to remember, that is -1 to +1. And if your value of R is not under the range -1 to +1, you can directly say that there is no correlation between the HbA1c and the systolic blood pressure. So if you have any doubt in this particular test, correlation coefficient test, I will be happy to answer. You can send mail to me, because we got the electricity shutdown in between. Might be viewers are not able to heard properly, listen properly few things. So I will be happy to answer, and if you want, I will upload the video of the same in the YouTube channel of ISF College of Pharmacy, as well as my own channel. So what I advise to all the viewers, that subscribe the channel of ISF College of Pharmacy, and my own personal channel called as Amit Sharma. You can search with a command called SPSS, Amit Sharma SPSS, and there I will upload the video so that you can continue watching in a one shot. So uh, I'll proceed with another test of today, that is the linear regression. I'll just share my window to you.